Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. Welcome to Crypto Wars. What up, Mr. Hugh Hefner himself in his robe?
What's going on? What's going on?
Que balon, tia balon. Super excited about the show, bro. Listen, you are, of the two of us, definitely, if one of us were a Bitcoin maxi, it would be you. How are you feeling right now?
I haven't been wrong yet.
I haven't been wrong. Well, I mean, that might be a bit of an exaggeration. $71,736. How does it make you feel?
What are we at? Are we done? We're down right now.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just updated.
48.
It just
okay, I was like, are you saying my Bitcoin is dumping right now?
Yeah, 72.5. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
How you feel?
It's guaranteed 100K by the end of this year, bro.
I had a chat with somebody that I want to bring on the show soon. Name rhymes with Wombi this morning. Come on, you got this. Okay. I was chatting with Zombie this morning.
Oh.
And he's doing some stuff at his house. So last minute he couldn't come on. I was going to bring him on, but I don't want to tell what he was talking about, but the conversation, we're going to have him on soon. The conversation that we had over the phone was, let's just say, intriguing. At the very least, it was very intriguing. And the case being made for, I feel irresponsible by coming on to the show. Actually, shoot, it's dead slow right now. I think it's because we haven't been streaming recently, getting ready for the next season of Trading Wars. But I would feel irresponsible coming onto the show and talking about a $300,000 Bitcoin right now. I just would. Me personally.
Oh, but we're not at $300,000 Bitcoin. What are you talking about?
I agree. But there is a lot of interesting information.
Are you still bearish, bro?
No, hell no. No. The bear market PTSD is leaving my body. Okay.
When we hit 300K, you're like, yeah, we're bullish.
It is exiting my body. It's taken some time. It's not an easy thing to get over, but it is going away. And with that, though, I'm starting to dude, let's think about this. We've so many times said this time's different. This time's different.
It is.
But no, hold on. But this time, I'm going to say it for the first time. This time's different. And because of that, yeah, I know. Never thought you'd hear me say it.
We did it, guys. We did it. He finally has seen the light that Bitcoin is.
And at the same time, because of that, it can be a little bit scary because how are things going to react? Let's throw this out there.
Banks are wobbling right now.
Yeah.
Mr. T, our good old former president, coming out saying, yeah, Bitcoin's an additional currency. He accepts payments in Bitcoin. He doesn't buy any or hold any, but we know that he holds Ethereum. We know that he has done NFTs. So he's coming out slowly out of the woodwork, more and more pro Bitcoin, pro crypto. It's only a matter of time, and you just can't fade it, bro. You can't fade the Bitcoin pump. The ETFs have gobbled up the amount of the demands for Bitcoin now is parabolic. It's never been astronomically ever seen before.
Yeah, it's silly. And part of what concerns me a little bit is on that topic is that because it is different this time, we have all of this track record of what Bitcoin has done in the past. Right. And so now we've talked about this before, Crusader, and I want to talk to you, the audience, about it. Drop your thoughts in the chat. First of all, smash the like, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and turn on the bell notification, do the YouTube things. But the concern is this time's different. So the question becomes, can we rely on history to look back on how long is the bull market going to be?
I mean, you can check out.
I'm talking about profit taking is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can check out some historical movements, right? And how parabolic Bitcoin has moved in the past. I mean, like I said, you talk about Zombie. Zombie put out a video maybe about a week ago about another guy talking about his price prediction. Within his video, right, he shows the price prediction. And it's the price prediction for 300,000 by September 2025. And that is still considering the 4-year cycle and diminishing returns.
Yep.
So it literally means nothing has changed. It's just the demand is a lot higher. I believe there's a super cycle here. I've seen a lot of people on crypto Twitter talking about super. I've seen Wendy. I've seen a few other people tweeting about super cycle.
Conversation's happening.
Who was talking about that in 2022, 2023? 2 years. Oh, that's right.
Conversation is happening.
We were talking about this here, right?
I will be happy for that to be the case. I'll be happy to be wrong in that regard. I will be happy. But hold on. But how do we, and I want to ask you, how do we effectively, because I'm not talking about Bitcoin right now, and I'm really not talking about ETH. I'm talking about other tokens. How do we effectively put together a game plan in a market that otherwise has done the kind of the same thing over and over, and it's not going to do it this time? If it doesn't do it this time, how do we effectively take profits?
Gotta take profits, bro. You can't wait for the tippy toppy, right? You can't wait for the 300K Bitcoin.
You mean I can't just buy the bottom and sell the top? I thought this was easy, bro.
Yeah, you definitely ain't gonna buy the bottom now, right? The bottom was back in 2023 when we hit 16,000. We're a long way from that bottom, along with the altcoins and so, bro. But overall, people get very afraid. Oh, if this time is different, when do I sell? Well, that was very relative, depending on what point in the market you got in. If you were here in the bear market in 23, and you were buying at 16,000, right, and you were buying altcoins, Solana at $6 or whatever, well, you need to have a conversation with yourself and start maybe dollar cost averaging your position on the way up out, because you're not gonna catch the very top, right? Just how you're not gonna catch the very bottom most of the time. So you just got a dollar cost average. The same way you dollar cost average in throughout the bear market, I would say I'm gonna be dollar cost averaging my way out on the bull market to the top. And it's okay that I missed the total complete top, but I still take profits along the way. A lot of people get really caught up when the market, dumps, or they don't catch the very top. It's like, you can't wait to the very top to take profits. That's what everyone else wants to do too.
Yeah, it's going to be, I've said this a number of times, I think it's just going to be really interesting, and you're going to have people that are going to do the same thing they did last time, where they believe that it's never going to stop. And then you're going to have people that have PTSD, kind of like myself, that are going in the totally kind of different direction, where they're really skittish about it. And I think both of those ends might be dangerous to be in. I think there needs to be something in the middle where you have a game plan for how am I effectively taking profits? What percentages am I okay with? At what levels am I taking them along the way? Because I do remember last market, if we don't go into a super cycle again this time, I remember how large my portfolio got. And then I remember how small it got from there. And I don't want to go through that again.
For sure. But it's all relative, right? Because even though let's say you don't sell here, right? You don't sell this bull market, right? Once again, and you write it back down. Even if the $300,000 price predictions become true for Bitcoin, Bitcoin's bottom is going to be between 40 to 60,000. And where did you scoop up Bitcoin? That's right, like probably sub 10K, right? So like you're still in the green. The portfolio is still growing long-term investment.
Absolutely.
It sucks.
But I want to enjoy it while it's happening. Okay, I don't just want to look at it as a hardware wallet, feature on my freaking computer. I want to actually be able to enjoy some of it. You're still
outperforming the traditional market, bro.
Oh my God.
Even in the bear market.
I could do that. I could do that in my freaking sleep.
Imagine those people, bro. Imagine what those people feel like. We're talking about, oh man, my Bitcoin went from 300 to 40K. And
we'll get into
there like, we got 2%. We got 2% gains this year.
I know. We'll get into this later because we'll inevitably going to talk about it today. But like, I jumped in on a meme coin. I'm not going to shill it. I just jumped into meme coin a little bit ago, and within like 20 minutes, I'm up 50%, right? And I haven't. That's right. And I have not pulled yet. It's funny because traditional finance would say, "What the hell are you doing? Get out!" That is a fantastic win. We are so freaking so spoiled. And actually, I just got reminded. So shout out, you know who you are. I saw your text message. What I actually just bought is not a meme coin. I have been corrected, officially corrected. This is a chat where there is a lot of meme coin stuff going on. The call that I got was not a meme coin, but it's doing well all the same. And we get so
that he got.
We get so spoiled. Well, see
the
what I want.
The Illuminati Club,
dude. Let's be fair. Like, everybody knows that this is one massive manipulated market. There's some great projects. There's some things that are going to change lives. There's some things that are going to change the world. Yeah. But the reality is, just like with stocks and Nancy Pelosi and the whole freaking traditional system, it's freaking manipulated, bro. It just is. And so if you can be the call before the call, Hey, listen. If somebody is the call before the call, I will put my freaking phone number out here on a live stream. Okay, we'll get CryptoFace on here and have 1,000 people in here, and I'll put my phone number out on the live stream. No, I take that back. I'm not doing that. But I want that call. I want that call. So we're working on it. But let me jump into the chat real quick. Caffeinated Crypto, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Great times. Good to see you. My boy, Crypto Blood. I don't know if he's still in here in the house. But Blood, what up, brother? I actually need to give you a buzz about something in a little bit. I'll give you a call. Crypto Wanderer. Who's this? Ant B Capable CX. What up, fam? That's not a name. That's not a name I've seen. Is that a new name?
That's a name that's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, that is not a name I've seen. So welcome if you are a first-time guest. Let me throw out there. Let me pull it up right now. We have a game that's going to be played on Friday called Flip or Hodl. And it is a mix between Deal or No Deal and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Okay. We are going to, we take super chats. You can see going across the bottom. Every dollar of a super chat, put your name on this wheel once. We'll double that up if you are a member of the channel, and we will triple it if you gift memberships. Today, or I mean on Friday, we're doing a game for $4,000. We have an influencer coming on to play. It's going to be exciting. We've got it sponsored. We've got a token company that's sponsoring it for Friday that has actually been very successful. I am freaking excited. So if you want to get your opportunity to win that up to $4,000, make sure to toss in those super chats today. I will add you to the wheel. And yeah, we're going to play Deal or No Deal, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire combination that Crusader so wonderfully crafted with his technical skills. And we're going to have some fun and give some money away. It's been a while, dude. We haven't given any money away. We've given away what, like $5,000 since we started it in what, like 5 or 6 shows, something like that. Maybe.
I think we've done 9 shows. We've given about $5,000 away.
9. Okay. Yeah. It's been really, really good. And we just, the bull market's kicking in, buddy. So people better pay attention.
We're buying altcoins with that money we're giving away. They're printing right now. They're printing.
They are printing. Phone calls are happening a lot to the, let's call it like it is, to the influencer world. I hate that word, but phone calls are happening, which means money is flowing, which means get ready because,
Oh man, I got to check my phone service. My phone hasn't been ringing.
It's happening. It is happening. Well, I mean, it's the Illuminati. You can't be a part of that. That's what you told me anyway. So, Crypto Crank says current mod for CryptoFace, Casper Crew, Tom Crown would love to be a part of your family. I'll tell you what, give the man a wrench. If he's a mod for CryptoFace, Casper, and Tom Crown, can we give this man a wrench? Crypto Crank, we're about to hook you up, bro. We're about to hook you up. Somebody else, Clay the Great, says he traded his bull for sell. Dude, bull absolutely has ripped, and he hasn't even started getting back into the promotional side of it. It really pumped a nice little bit.
Yeah, but sell has pumped really hard.
Well, too. I haven't seen sell, so I didn't. Did it go?
I'll tell you right now. I was looking at it yesterday. So
is sell a meme coin?
No.
Okay.
There's other things in the space that are not meme coins.
Well, dude, there's 2 point. Hold on, let me just be
it's
clear.
Up
I'm not an idiot. There's
2.4% in the last 7 days.
There's 2.2 million cryptos, so I can't keep track of all of them. I know I've got good math skills. Just math skills. Good math skills, but not
only the meme coins.
The meme keeper. The meme keeper. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, make sure that you guys are there. Toss in those super chats if you do want to get your name on the wheel. And smash those likes while you're in here. The market is hot. It is sizzling. Let me jump over and take a peek at it. Let's look at the market. Let's see what's going on over here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So the global crypto market cap is at, drumroll please, 2.7 trillion with a T dollars. That is
before the halving.
Before the halving. Yes, before the halving. That's ignorant, if you ask me.
The information right there.
It's ignorant if you ask me. Bitcoin 72,299, up almost 4% and up almost 9% on the week. ETH, my girl, look at her, baby. Over 4K, up 2.95% and almost 14% on the week. Glad to see that. BNB has been ripping, bro. It's down a little bit right now, but BNB has been ripping. And I actually forgot that I actually have a I don't know, nice little bag of BNB. I got some beans, as the Gen Zers, call them, some beans. Solana doing its thing, up almost at 150 bucks. I've been doing some Solana meme plays for sure. I've been playing around on the Solana because I'm tired of paying the ETH gas fees. Oh, dude, we need to talk about this right here. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at this. XRP. Boom. 20%, baby. Dude, we're going to be at 50K before we know it. I mean, might as well just pack my bags right now.
That's it, bro. It only took everything else to pump like 300% for XRP to pump 20.
Bro, I just want to throw out there that, yeah, we are up 20%, baby.
Yeah, somebody's got to drag the dead weight around, right? I mean,
well, hey, hopefully it keeps dragging it because I need to see those numbers continue to get higher. Let's scroll on down. Clay the Great, Avalanche is down a little bit, brother, but it had been rocking and rolling. So almost it's a $19 billion market cap. That's ripping and rolling. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Did I just look at Shiba and call it AVAX? Yeah. Shiba, AVAX is up almost 11%. That's doing well. Shiba is the one that's down a little bit, but it had such a huge move over the last few days. And then let's check this out. Toncoin. This is actually something that I've got into, just throwing it out there. I got into it about $2.60. This is the one that's got, Telegram money effectively. So I'm excited about this one, up about 11%. I think that's going to do really, really well. And let's check on our two babies. All right. ICP doing well. Let's check on our two babies down here. Let's see where we're at. All right. Oh boy. VeChain. I think I see VeChain before I see Kaspa. VeChain up 2.22%, right under 5 cents, and then Kaspa a few more down at 15 cents, sitting pretty flat. We've talked about those. I think VeChain, if we're doing calls right now, like if we're calling for something, I think I'll be sad if VeChain does less than 50 cents, a 10x from where it's at right now, and I think I'll be sad if Kaspa does less than $1.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't see that like not happening. I definitely don't see VeChain not potentially reaching 50 cents. And if Kaspa doesn't hit $1, that would be very weird.
Tragic.
That'd be very weird. Something crazy has to happen there for that not to happen.
It would be absolutely tragic. Crusader, you want to pull a little TA for the fam on Bitcoin? Show maybe some. You got anything pulled up to show some?
Yeah,
key
everything
levels?
I have pulled up, it's pretty much broken through. So
you said everything you have pulled up, it's already broken through.
Yeah, we're all-time highs. There ain't nothing up here.
Yeah.
So
let me see it.
Pull up my screen.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to sit around and talk about low cap gems, baby. We're gonna have to.
So like Bitcoin is just obviously, we had this big dump yesterday overnight, at least late at night, came down to 67, swung, failed that the price of 68,500, had a massive recovery. This is on the 4-hour. There's a huge 4-hour green candle. This 4-hour green candle broke to all-time highs at 71,000. And then since then, we've just been slowly, continuously climbing above 70. I mean, dude, after this big drop over here, which was a couple of days ago, back on the 5th of March, right? We swung, failed this point of control at this 61,200, and I said, hey, if we continue to range above 63,000 up here, we continue to range here. We didn't even actually range. We kind of just like went sideways a little bit towards the upside, right? Just been a big upward trend. But if we stay above 63 and stay here, it's looking very, and it just got closer and closer and closer to that 70 and just sat kind of right there. On Saturday, I had a little mini pump to 69, almost 70,000, came back down. And then Sunday, it wicked down to 66, grabbed that liquidity, and then just freaking off to the races. Because Monday, guess what happens? The stock market opens back up and they talk about how much Bitcoin the ETFs are buying. Did you know that I'll pull up a crazy statistic here real quick.
It's been ignorant, by the way. The answer to your question is how much Bitcoin they've been buying. It's been ignorant.
It's not ignorant. It sounds like a genius move.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
When they weren't
I'm talking like the young kids. Okay,
confuse the people. The BlackRock and Fidelity ETFs are ranked between 3rd and 4th of inflows among all ETFs in 2024. When I first read that, I was like, oh yeah, they're the biggest ones accumulating in the Bitcoin ETFs. But no, it is within all ETFs on the stock market. They are the 3rd and 4th largest inflows. at 10 million, 10 is this billion, or is this, I think might be, yeah, 10 billion for BlackRock and 6 billion for Fidelity. So they're outpacing any like a ton of other ETFs that have been sitting in the stock market for.
Oh, hands down, not even freaking close.
They're only below the VOO and IVV, whatever that stands for. Some Vanguard something.
You know, one of the scary things about this is, you know, the people who wanted to fade us for how long over the last couple of years talking crypto. You know, you know the people I'm talking about. They're like, oh, I had people ask me literally at the gym. They'd be like,
not in crypto.
Well, just people that would be like, I mean, isn't that thing like dead now or whatever? Even in the bear market, right? We're at, you know, almost $1 trillion market cap or whatever. And people are like, isn't crypto like over? Isn't it dead or whatever? And you tell these people, listen, be patient, strap in. This is going somewhere. This is you can explain blockchain technology, blah, 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 and they just don't see it. Those people are the people who I'm randomly getting text messages from now asking, hey, do you think I should start off with like a Coinbase account or da 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 da? And it's like, hey, we had these conversations like a year ago. I'm happy that they're getting in. Welcome. We will happily usher you in.
Welcome,
I hope you make great money. Welcome,
right on in.
we will welcome them in with open arms. But understand that the insane returns, besides obviously jumping in on a lot of the low cap meme coin type stuff, those were available even on high cap stuff. Those were available in top 20.
The blue chips, right, were at major discounts, which is the
huge discount.
The thing to do in the bear market. You load up on the blue chip cryptos, right, out of high discounts, low Solana prices, low Ethereum prices, right? Ethereum was like at 1,200, below 2,000 for the longest amount of time, right? Bitcoin 16, 20,000, right? You got all these other ones, Avalanche, you got whatever, right? All these other cryptos, extremely low prices. Polygon sitting down at like 30, 40 cents. Cardano sitting at like 20 something cents. All these things that were extremely low. I understand that the XRP army is used to being down there, but you know, these other cryptos actually don't stay there for too long. So the fact that they took advantage of that is what you do in the bear market. Now, when you're in this massive bull market already, and we're hitting all-time highs before the halving even happens, the only options you really kind of have are to start scaling in to these lower cap cryptos and hope that they run up, right? You have to contain a lot more risk because you're jumping in a little bit later in the market than when you were in the bear market.
Absolutely. And one of the mistakes that people make, and I'm guilty of this as well, I'll give you an example. One of the ones that I felt like I had missed, talking about one of the meme coins, not even going to name it directly right now, but well, screw it. It doesn't matter. It's run. It's called Land Wolf. And I had the opportunity to get in really early on that one. I went to sleep, whatever. It doesn't matter. It got up to like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 million. And the guys in the group were talking about, 20 million next stop, whatever. I have been looking for the really lower stuff. So I faded it. I was like, whatever. Guess what? It freaking ran right up over 20. We're so spoiled, right? That I one of the mistakes, what I was getting at is one of the mistakes that's made. And I'm not, again, nothing here is financial advice. We're not financial advisors. Part of this is luck, obviously, as well. But one of the mistakes is that, it's not going to, it's too late, right? And there's a lot of meme coins, low cap stuff, whatever, that it's not even kind of too late. And the funny thing is, I believed that it could go another, 1 or 2 or 3x, and I wasn't happy enough with that. So I've got to change my mentality on kind of how I view some of the profits and strategies as per profit taking on some of the smaller cap stuff, because it happens quick. I mean, dude, I wasn't paying attention. I threw, 0.2 into something random, aped into something random. And after I did it, I was like, 0.2, that's over $800 right now. Like, you know what I mean? We're so used to the bear market, dude. I'm like, I'll throw 0.2 at it. It's like $200, whatever. Did I like 0.2, just throw it. And I was like, yeah, that's not as small as I'm used to, even kind of. I just threw almost $1,000 at it. And I wasn't even, I didn't even blink an eye. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely trying to keep my eye out for a lot of low cap non-meme coin stuff. The meme coins are cool. I like it, right? Jump in there, whatever. But I also like to look for stuff that are outside of the meme coin space that are low caps that could potentially have a nice run up.
Yeah.
Because that is also, a little bit less risk than meme coins, but still has, the potential of big pump.
A lot of potential. Patriot Caveman says, I still got a buddy calling me crazy, even though my portfolio is high 6 figures. Patriot Caveman, I have the exact same thing going on. I was talking to somebody about mining, and his response in terms of mining was like, but bro, isn't it like just like fake money? I mean, let's just be fair here. You guys are just like creating something out of nothing. And I paused for effect and I said, what do you think the Fed does with those dollars that are in your pocket? What more do I need to ask? Because that's exactly what it is. It is absolutely turning on a printing press and firing out, value just because people agree upon it. So that's a bad way of thinking, and it's going to be thinking like that leaves people behind. And they'll look at you and I, and they'll look at other people and think that we were gambling through these markets and doing this, that, and the third. Yeah, is there gambling happening in like the meme coins and stuff? For sure there is. But overall, our long-term holds, I don't view them as do you view your crypto bags as every investment is quote unquote some sort of a gamble, but do you actually through this bear market think that you were gambling with your long-term bags?
No, not with blue chip cryptos long-term holds, right? Because you can say, oh, I'm buying into something that's 3 mil market cap. It's going to be my long-term hold. That doesn't mean that is not high risk, right? But Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? These things that are now being put into institutional ETFs, right? That are the biggest market. If those fail, the rest of the crypto space fails. So if you believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to continue running, then there is no reason not to hold some of them in the very long term, right? And when I say long term, I'm not saying 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. We're talking about 401k long term, right? This is retirement, not just, oh, I'm going to retire on Bitcoin in 2 years, but people spend their entire lives loading up their 401ks to try to retire with $1 million, right? By the time they retire in 50 something years of working. Well, now you can possibly do the same thing, but with Bitcoin and Ethereum, very, very long-term hold, you start accumulating little by little. I don't think it's gambling. I don't. I think it's long-term investing, and it's becoming institutionalized. The institutions are coming in more and more, right? Ethereum will get an ETF at some point here. Whether it happens in May or it happens later in the year or in 2025, it will happen at some point. And people that continue to fade Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to continue missing out. Yes, are there other altcoins out there that can make you a lot more money? For sure. But the risk is a lot higher. And if you're entering anything, right, when it comes to investing, it's all about risk management. And you want to have something that has the least amount of risk, that long-term
most potential,
continue to produce gains.
Yeah. I've said this before for any of you that have been watching us for any amount of time. I have it written down. It says 2030. It says, well, I had to adjust it because I had to change the drink on there, but it says 2030 old fashions ... beach. I need to bring that up here one day for the stream, because ultimately, for those of you wondering, if you're can't wade through what I'm saying, I want to have the ability that if I wanted to, and I think that I can do this by 2030, to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to go kick it on a beach and have an old fashioned once in a while and just hang out. Now, will I do that knowing myself? No, I won't. But I think that the potential, if played smart, and this started back in 2017, right? This has been, a 13-year plan. This was not a, hey, tomorrow evening I'm going to be wealthy. I think it's totally doable. And I don't think that there's that much more time, besides people that are going to get lucky. I don't think that there's that much more time. I don't. That people are going to be able to take small amounts of money besides the one-offs and getting lucky and blah, 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 where they're going to be able to be buying blue chip stuff and actually accumulate what would be considered for most people wealth in a short period of time. Do you? Because I don't see it.
What was the question?
I'm saying I don't see too much more of an opportunity for things other than the one-offs, the random meme coins, the low cap stuff, for people to be able to accumulate wealth starting off with a small bag, as like we were able to because of when we started. I think this will be the last cycle that you can do that. Get into blue chip stuff and still make crazy gains off of it. I think this might be the last time that the majority of stuff. I mean, think about it.
Well,
Zombie and I were talking about who's buying a $72,000 Bitcoin, right? Like in terms of retail investment. What'd you say?
I agree to an extent and disagree as well, because yes, I agree that this will be the last bull market where people can get into Bitcoin, get into Ethereum, get into what are the blue chips of today to make a huge bag, right? The last bear market was probably the last big opportunity. Um, but at some point, right, those legacy blue chips that we've been looking at for the last 5-6 years, not that they will be replaced, but since people will be outpriced from them and they either become more institutionalized or just whatever they become, there will be new blue chips coming to the table, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like Solana is now a blue chip crypto, but Solana didn't exist in 2017 or 2018, right? Um, so there will be new cryptos in this bull market now that will establish themselves as blue chip projects. They will survive the next bear market and they will come back the next bull market as well. And there will be a new set of blue chips that people will be able to make, whether it's generational wealth or long term holds out of. So
Yeah.
I do think people will still have the opportunity to make a lot of money with crypto. It's just going to look, their portfolios are going to look very different than what our portfolio is holding for the very, very long term.
You're saying for what they're holding.
Yeah, for what they're holding. It's just the market is still very new. The market for crypto in general has
Oh, yeah.
only been around for 10 years and 13 years. And the majority of that was just Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin or whatever. Now in the last 4 years, we've seen a huge boom in altcoins, right? So out of this boom in the next 6 years, the blue chip altcoins are going to look very different. Not that the blue chips right now will cease to exist, but there'll just be a new set of blue chip for retail to really hold and make a ton of money off of.
Yeah. The opportunities are out there. You've got to do DYOR, which most people don't know how to do, doing their own research, etc.
The reason why they don't know is not because it's hard, but it's because people wait too long. Right? People wait too long. They don't want to be here in the bear market when we're talking about
Oh, yeah.
crypto.
That's the
Right?
best.
There's 20 people watching, nobody's paying attention, everything is dead, and they just want to come back when they start hearing about it, everyone else talking about it, and crypto's hitting all-time highs in market cap and whatever. Then it's too late. That's not where you make generational money. You're jumping in at a local top. Be prepared to have the dollar cost average on the way down instead of literally jumping in at a local bottom and riding it to the upside.
Yeah. And so that's where you're going to have to, people are going to have to make the decisions that we've talked about. That goes into the whole conversation of profit taking. And it leads me into the question that actually Patriot Caveman was asking. What are your thoughts, Crusader? I know you're eating, but what are your thoughts on this being a shorter cycle?
Or a bull market?
Yeah. Shorter bull market. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's impossible.
You said you think it's impossible for it to be a shorter bull market. Okay.
Yeah. We came out of the longest
expound upon that.
We came out of the longest bear market. I think it's almost implausible, right? Maybe I'll give it a 1% chance that it happens or that it could occur, right? Because there's always a possibility.
Of
I'm
course.
gonna say 0% chance, but I'll probably give it like a 1% chance that this is a shorter bull market because the level of demand that exists right now, right, will continue to exist. I don't see this demand just fading away in the next 6 months, right? In the next year, I don't see this massive demand just fading. Are they going to profit taking? Yeah, for sure. But the demand isn't going to disappear. The ETFs are only going to continue expanding. Other states, other companies are going to be buying more Bitcoin throughout if we have another bear market for Bitcoin, right? And we don't have a super cycle and everything stays the same, the demand for buying throughout those bear markets are going to be a lot higher than what they've been in the past because now we have institutions. For the people that everybody said, oh, the institutions have always been here. They've always been pumping Bitcoin. Clearly they haven't because Bitcoin has never even gotten any remote idea of a all-time high before a halving event, signifying that the amount of institutional demand was not there. It was retail driven that's taken Bitcoin as far as it has in the previous cycles. So I just don't foresee this being a potentially shorter bull market. I can't imagine this demand just automatically just poof, gone. It's over, and we'll see you in 3 years.
No, I don't think it's going to be demand at all. I think the only thing, yeah, I agree with you. I think the only thing that could make this a quote unquote for me a shorter bull market would be a black swan event. I don't really see anything else, because the reality is when you have BlackRock come in as an example, you have the largest institutional money coming in, and they're going out and literally selling this idea to people. They're saying, hey, listen, this needs to be part of your portfolio. You know, the thing that we were all telling you was a scam and only criminals use. Yeah, that. Well, it's not now. Okay. So you need to be putting money in. And so actively they faded it for so long publicly. Now they're coming out supporting it. How bad would the biggest institution in the world look? I believe this is one of my thought processes. How bad would one of the biggest institutions in the world look if this thing just absolutely just fell off of a freaking cliff? I think it would be not good for the institution itself. And I think that the demand is so high, combined with the halving that's getting ready to happen, that it's just a perfect storm for them to be able to and need to continue to, like, they've given up. They're like, hey, you know what? This is the real deal. This is where we're headed. Not to say we won't have big dips. I'm just talking about, short of a Black Swan World War type of event, it would be very bad for these institutions.
But I think even with Black Swan events, right, we'll have dips for sure.
Of course.
But it's going to recover. And we've already experienced one of the biggest Black Swan events we can potentially see in the last 4 years of our life. Right. Which it ended up all being Fugazi, but that's irrelevant. The point of it was, when it happened, it was a Black Swan event. Markets dumped, but guess what? Who recovered faster? Bitcoin did, right? Crypto market did.
Of course.
So they know exactly what we know. US dollar is being printed into oblivion. Banks are collapsing. Interest rates cannot stay higher much longer. They need to come down. They need to print money. So
what's going to happen when that happens?
Service on the national debt is $1 trillion. Service on the national debt is $1 trillion. They can't keep raising interest rates. It just makes that debt even more impossible to pay and grows even faster.
So what's going to happen?
Interest rate, huh?
So what's going to happen? Because a lot of people are asking.
Buying Bitcoin. They understand. They know that what we've been saying is true, and the transfer of wealth is occurring. A new hard asset money has been discovered, and they have to transfer away from fiat. Fiat's not going to disappear. They will coexist. But what is going to be held long term is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to preserve your wealth and continue to have it grow. Versus if you continue to hold it in dollars, it's going to continue diminishing.
Yeah, for sure. It is going to have to, there's no denying it at this point. When they start to lower interest rates, every single time that's been incredibly bullish for the markets. I think what's going to be interesting is when we have some of the opposite effects on the value of the dollar versus what's happening with Bitcoin. How there's been that, what's the word I'm looking for? There's been basically an opposite, what's the word I'm looking for? I hate when I do this, especially when we're live and I can't think of a freaking word. They're basically pulling against each other one way or the other. I think that it's the correlation between the two. When that changes, and all of a sudden, I'm basically suggesting that when the dollar either gets stronger or weaker, and then
hedging.
Well, I'm not saying I'm talking about hedging your portfolio. I'm just talking about when the correlation no longer exists between those two, and people actually just look at Bitcoin for what it is. The rest of the market following what Bitcoin is, and the dollar not having as much of an impact on it. That, I think, is going to be a huge moment as well.
You know what was a huge?
The inverse correlation. Thank you, Drake Brown. Shout out to Drake Brown.
What was a huge moment is MicroStrategy buying up another 821 million.
And we're talking about Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, I'll pull this. But Bitcoin is what just leads all. If you're into shit coins, if you're into just regular alts, if you're into blue chips, if you're into NFTs, if you're into just about anything, if Bitcoin is rocking and rolling, the other stuff is not far behind. So please, please, please understand that. That is very, very important, I think, to understand that when we say Bitcoin, we're not just specifically saying, Bitcoin. We're talking about the crypto markets as a whole. At least I am, and I know you are too. MicroStrategy sells 800 million to buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin passed 72K. Look at that, baby. That is beautiful. Love it. Let's see what's going on. In a post on his X account, MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor shared that MicroStrategy had completed an $800 million bond offering and it planned to buy more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy announced today it's completed its its previously announced offering of 0.625% convertible senior notes due 2030, March 8th, 2024. Net proceeds from the sale of the notes were approximately $782 million after deducting initial purchasers' discounts and commissions and estimated offering expenses payable by MicroStrategy. They used the net proceeds from the sale to obtain additional Bitcoin. Dude, this man is selling bonds, is selling convertible notes of his company to buy Bitcoin, hold on, at all-time highs. He's either an idiot
he knows
what
where it's going long term. He knows the demand. He is now back on top as the largest holder above BlackRock, holding 205,000 Bitcoin and some change. So he knows where it's going long term, right? And he's not holding it for the flip in the bull market to buy bottoms and sell tops. So he knows, bro. He knows, and it's only gonna. I think the statistic is now that every $5,000 that Bitcoin pumps, he makes like $1 billion in profit. Every $5,000 it pumps, it's $1 billion in profit. Imagine when Bitcoin's like 150K. At 150K, we can get there very soon, right? Because the other statistic, right, whether it's true or not, whether it's gonna happen this time or not, we don't know. But the 3 out of 4 last halvings, Bitcoin has doubled in 18 to 20 days after the halving, whatever that price was.
Obviously, I talked to Zombie about that this morning too.
With an all-time high before the halving, but if it happens and we're sitting at 70,000, that's 140. That's 140K Bitcoin in less than a month. Yeah. A god candle.
So somebody's asking. This is where we love to educate, right? It says, what happens if he just sold his whole bag? He theoretically couldn't. There would not be.
Yeah, it just doesn't all happen. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, right. There wouldn't be enough liquidity. He would have to go. He would have to go so many different places to try to sell. The only way I could see that ever happening, and he would never do it. He would do it OTC. Like, what would be the point? Like, is he just trying to sabotage the entire world and just start hitting Crypto.com, hit Coinbase, hit Binance, hit? You know what I mean? Start hitting all the exchange. Like, what would be the point of that? But it would take a long time. It's not like
it doesn't make sense because he has so much and you can't sell all at once that he will devalue his own bag. The market will be dumping before he can actually sell all his Bitcoin and devalue his own profit.
He would be smacking himself.
He has to sell very small amounts for very long periods of time to be able to cash out as much profit as possible.
So it's like you keep calling me meme keeper, and that's what's hot, right? So it's like that. Let's have that discussion. So you hear these people that have this $5 million meme coin bag or whatever, right? The reality is the majority of them that have that, the only way they're exiting that position is what we call drip selling. They don't want to dump the chart like Crusader was just saying. B, there's not enough liquidity to be able to do it. There has to be money on the other side to be able to sell all of that. And I can't tell you, there's not many projects that have multiple $1 million worth of locked liquidity where it's just like, oh yeah, I could make this right now. And they just know that they would be biting off their nose to spite their own face. It would not make sense. And so again, we're back to the same thing we were talking about at the start of the show. Profit taking. What's that strategy look like for you? If you're getting into meme coins, if you are playing, like I'm watching one right now from earlier, and I was just about to where I was about to take some of my initial back. Just turn back around and have just like a nice little pullback real quick. But ultimately, I have that game plan in place and I'm trying to execute on that. Some people are going to have more risk tolerance and want to go further and want to do more and more and more. I just have it set up what works for me. So you got to figure out what works for you. That's the bottom line. Whether you get a phone call or you see it on X or you are just aping into something, whether you're just straight up gambling, you've got to have some sort of a game plan, because I have done this without a game plan. Crusader, I know you've done it without a game plan, and it ends up you end up looking back and like, oh damn, like I should have definitely played that differently. Almost every time I should have played that differently. The no game plan thing just doesn't work. Figure out what's going to work for you and run with it.
If you don't have a game plan at the casino, you're going to get stuck there and you're going to end up getting back all the money you've made.
Crypto fam, I have seen no super chats today. We're giving away up to $4,000.
They don't need the money, bro. They're all their bags.
Rich. The bull market's back. Their bags are pumping. They don't need it. We're giving away up to $4,000 on the game show on Friday on Flipper Hodl. So I'm just throwing it out there. If you guys want your name on that wheel, hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna look right now. Hold on a second. There is, dude, there is 29 names total, and this is, and I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about like there's 29 different people. There's 29 names total on the wheel, and there's $4,000 up for grabs on Friday. And those 29
donated 5 memberships. Let's freaking go.
Who did it?
Welcome, Great.
Clay the Great in the house. I'm gonna put Clay the Great on there. Clay the Great, you are on there, brother.
We got 5 new members preparing for war. Swashbucking Scallywag, Bullish Bradley, Dave Digital, Chris. Thank you. Welcome. They're all new members. Use that membership to double up your super chats and get on that wheel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crypto donated 5 memberships. Let's
they're breaking out the wheel. They're like, wait a minute, I gotta get some action. Was that Crypto Pollo?
Yeah, Crypto Pollo. 5 new members: Divano, Cypress, Big Dog Crypto, B Team Crypto, French Toaster, and maybe a Band-Aid. Welcome, all new members of the show here.
Maybe a Band-Aid. It's going to take more than a Band-Aid to heal the wounds of all of those who are fading crypto.
Caffeinated Crypto. Sorry to cut you up, but Caffeinated Crypto. Another 5 memberships from Caffeinated Crypto. Let's freaking go. Welcome, Duffy Newman, Post, Burke, Peanut, and Lifer Adam. Welcome, all new members of the freaking show. Let's freaking go.
Let's go. Listen, guys, the reason that they're doing this is we have our Flipper Hodl. It's playing on Friday. It is secured. It is for sure. We have a sponsor for Friday, so somebody's going to win up to $4,000. The last 3 times we played, it's been around $1,000 that somebody has won. So make sure that you guys are here. You got to be here to win. You got to be here to win, and you got to have your name on the wheel. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you right then. That is on Friday. Crusader, let's talk about this. We got a few more minutes to go. What is what would be some alpha that you would share with the community right now? Would it be that would it be the networks that you're looking for plays on? Would it be your long-term holds that you're maybe rotating into something else? Is it your play money and how you're approaching that? Is it farming? Is it airdrop? Like,
there's a lot of ways to make money in the bull market. One thing that I'm focused, there's a lot of ways to make money in the bull market, right? Airdrops, farming, DeFi, right? I think DeFi has been very underrated. A lot of people are now really looking at DeFi because of bear market post syndrome.
Devano, put your name in give us a super chat. Look what's scrolling across the bottom, and I'll put your name. I've got a wheel over here that I'm putting everybody's name onto. Good.
So my biggest thing that I'm focusing on is Bitcoin's ecosystem. Bitcoin has never had an ecosystem before. So a lot of new cryptos are coming out to become on the BRC20 network, right? They're all becoming part of Bitcoin's ecosystem. So I'm very bullish on the Uniswap for Bitcoin, which is called OrdiSwap. I think it's going to be, it's basically the Uniswap for Bitcoin. I'm very bullish on that. There's another one that just came out a few days ago, sitting at 31 mil market cap right now. I think it's called Ordi Bank, I think is the name. And they're basically trying to be the compound finance, the borrowing and lending, just how compound it was in Aave was on the bull market for Ethereum, but on Bitcoin. So I'm focusing on stuff like that, right? I'm focusing on things for Bitcoin because Bitcoin's never had an ecosystem. The majority of people are priced out of Bitcoin. So what you'll do is you'll jump into Bitcoin's ecosystem to gain off of that, right? As Bitcoin pumps, Bitcoin's ecosystem should pump. We've seen that happen in Solana. We see that happen in Ethereum's ecosystem. We see that happen in AVAX ecosystem. So I think Bitcoin's ecosystem is a lucrative thing since it's brand new, this bull market.
No, I'm with you. I will say for me, Crusader's been joking around with me about calling me, the meme keeper. And it's funny, dude, because, if you're not a person that's willing to say that you were wrong, I think that you are very prideful or arrogant. And the reality is, last bull market, I dogged a bunch of people, and not a bunch of people. I just dogged the meme coin market as a whole, right? And so this market, I saw what happened last market. I played around with a few of them, whatever. This market, I'm seeing how insane the ability I'm seeing how much money is coming in, And for me, and this is for me, this is not, listen, this is risky as hell. I know that I'm gambling. I'm aware of all of that. Okay. So what I want to say is, for me, because of how long I've been in crypto,
you have a gambling problem.
yeah, I'm actually here to admit myself. I won't be on the stream later because I gotta put myself into a rehab center. No, but what I know is that my bags have been stacked for long enough in terms of my blue chips and what I'm looking at for my long term. Obviously, I always want more, and I will be rotating profits in the form of other crypto, for the most part, Bitcoin and Ethereum. But the reality is, I needed to add risk to my portfolio. Crusader, you and I have talked about it. We've stayed away from even simple stuff like staking because we don't trust some of the platforms. Okay. This is the opposite of that. I am playing, I'm playing roulette right now. I am spinning the wheel. I'm playing blackjack, whatever. But the reality is, for me, because of where I'm at and I know how much I'm willing to play with, it makes sense. It allows, I can miss on multiple different meme coins as an example. But when I do hit, it hits. And so, that's just for me. Again, not financial advice, even kind of. It is damn.
People need to also realize that it also depends on how much percentage of your portfolio, right? Like we've been talking about stacking a lot of crypto, a lot of blue chip for many years.
Oh yeah, meme coins are only like 96% of my portfolio. No big deal.
Well, at this point, yeah, for sure. But risk management will say that your meme coin stuff should be no more than 5% of your entire portfolio, right? 1 to 2%, right? That's just play money or just gambling, right? $100 here, $200 there, whatever. But it all depends where you are, right? If you're coming into the market and all you have is $1,000 or $5,000, you might not want to start and focus only on meme coins. You might want to start on, some blue chips, some low caps, and a very small amount of meme coins here and there. But you do you. It's all relative to how everyone's different position and capital.
Yeah, for sure. It's got to be your
it's got to make sense to you.
Yes, it has to make sense to you and how you're set up, how you are positioned. It has nothing to do with what other people are doing. There's going to be people that are going to, in some of the Telegram, you'll see like them toss, 5 ETH as if it was like nothing, right? And you're like 20,000. You're looking at USD. You're like $20,000. What you have to understand is that
they have 700 ETH. 5 ETH to them is nothing.
Is they either have that, or the reality is, they got in when we did Crusader and they were buying $160 Ethereum. So 5 ETH at that point is $800, which is still, a nice amount, but it's not 20,000, right? It is, and they could cash out for that. But when they've stacked so much at so low numbers, the risk reward is there, and it's active and it's real. And so we've seen it happen time and time and time again. And I'm just not going to fade. I'm not going to fade these projects anymore. There's a lot of things that I don't like about them. There is a lot of the manipulation that I don't love, that I know is happening. But the reality is, there is a lot of opportunity to be able to make even more money long term on your other bags. So as long as you know what it is you're getting involved in, you don't blame anybody else. When I send Crusader a call or he sends me something, if it absolutely just tanks, he doesn't call me later like, hey, nice call, dipshit. You know what I mean? Well, he might say that, but he might say that, but he's not actually, upset with. He knows the game that he's playing. So if you know the game that you're playing, and it makes sense for your portfolio, do your thing. Somebody asked, Crypto Pollo wants to know, what is you more low cap gem? Crypto Pollo, are you asking for us to tell you a low cap gem? Is that what you're asking for? I've still got one from last year that I think is going to run this time.
Audius?
I think Audius is going to run, dude. I do. I think Audius. I don't know what Audius is at right now, but I might need to take profit here in a second on this token that I'm in because it's time. Audius. Actually, it is time. I should have done it, but I'm going to look this up for the show, for the good of the show. I'm not going to.
Audius is at 338 mil.
300 and yeah, I see it at. Well, that's weird. I see it at. Oh, that's fully diluted. Okay. Yeah, I see it at 391. But either way, 32 cents. That has that been running over the last month? I haven't been paying attention. What are we up? We're up 68%. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. But okay, so this would be one for me that I would say Audius is a low cap gem. It is decentralized music streaming. For those of you that don't know what it is, I think it's going to do really well. Really well. What do you got, Crusader? That's not a meme coin, by the way. I know, Crusader likes to dog me, call me the meme keeper, but that's not a meme.
RDS swap is definitely my low, my meme coin. I think RDS is sitting at like sub 100. Let me see. RDS swap is sitting at 51 mil market cap. Yeah, so really low market cap, but it just started BRC20 tokens, and all of that is just starting to take off. The Bitcoin ecosystem is just starting, and this is the DEX where people are going to be trading the BRC20 tokens. So just how people use Uniswap, and they use Jupiter and Orca and Radium on Solana and Ethereum for the meme coins. When Bitcoin's meme coins start rocking and rolling, and whatever tokens they want to buy for Bitcoin's ecosystem, that's where it's going to be.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we're able to do for the community. We've got Trading Wars coming up. That's going to be starting in about 2 weeks. So for those of you that don't know, we live trade KOLs against each other, and we're going to have all the communities. There's some great prizes that are coming in. All the communities.
You don't know what KOLs are. KOLs are just other content creators.
Content creators. They're key opinion leaders. KOL, key opinion leaders. Yeah, they're coming on and are going to, duke it out on an exchange for the title, which CryptoFace has won 2 out of 3 seasons so far for the Trading Wars title. And I'm really excited about that. We're going to have the communities competing against each other. And because we had such a great response about bringing the community in this season, the communities are going to compete against each other. And the top person in each of the communities, we're going to pull somebody on the following season, is going to be the KOLs, the key opinion leaders, the influencers. You're going to have the people from the communities playing on 2 separate days. And then they're also going to be, they'll go 2 people get kicked from one, 2 people get kicked from the other. One of each gets saved by the audience. Guess what? They're going 1v1, a KOL versus a person in the community. And then at the end, we're going to put the KOLs, the 2 KOLs that got, the 2 influencers, the 2 people that made it all the way through on the community side, and then 1 person that makes it through the 1v1. Those will be the 5 final people in either the last 1 or last 2 shows. I'm excited about it, dude. It is going to be fire. So I'm excited to see what I started to say was I'm excited to see what that is going to look like as we continue to grow and more people are coming in. And then, dude, I'm excited about Flipper Hodl. I get it. Like, if people are watching, maybe it's their first time watching, you're seeing us collect super chats to get on a wheel. Here's the reality. We have had one of the people in our community has put a total of maybe $100 worth of super chats, and he has won this thing twice. He has won $1,600, $1,700, $1,800. The reality is, I love the fact that we can bring attention to the crypto community, or to these crypto tokens, projects, whatever, and then slam it into somebody's portfolio, dude. It's dope. And they can decide whether they want to sit on the token or whether they want to turn it into stable coins or whatever they want to do. They can make that decision. So the $1,000 or so, or $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 that we give somebody that they win, they might keep it in a freaking token, and this thing could go absolutely bananas. You know what I mean? I think it's cool to be able to add to somebody's, well-being.
I agree. Yeah,
I'm excited. All right, crypto fam, listen, if you are not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. We appreciate each and every one of you. We will be back later on this week. We love you. You could have been anywhere hanging out, but you're hanging out with your boys from Crypto Wars. Pay attention to us on X. We will be tossing out some ideas, some possible plays, keeping you up to date on what's going on with Flipper Hodl. This week, Friday, make sure that you are here 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like a top.
We will see you soon. Love you guys.